Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Today, we want to talk about Nick Cannon, well, really, Vivica Fox, in her opinion about Nick Cannon, announcing that he's about to have his 10th child. She has some very strong views that a lot of people may not like. But I tell you like this, Vivica Fox, a lot of stuff she says, I still, look at her with a side eye about the whole Ice Cube and, the Plan for Black America thing and how he was trying to get to, talk to Trump and Biden. And, Trump talked, he went and met with Trump and everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people were upset. A lot of our people were upset that he went and talked to Trump. And it's like, dude, he was trying to talk to whoever's in power. Whoever's in power, that's who you talk to try to get things done. That's how politics work. It's not a fashion show. It's not a popularity contest. It's, again, like I said in many videos, whether it's right wing or left wing, they're part of the same bird. You have like bipartisan. I wonder how staunch Democrats feel when bills get passed on like a bipartisan level, when both sides, agree with each other. You know what I'm saying? That don't make you just kind of question, like, really, what are the motives and who's really behind all this politics stuff? But they don't talk about that. They don't say anything about that. They just, they firm Democrats, and then all of a sudden, like I say, but when both sides agree on something, they got nothing to say. You're not saying, hey man, why y'all gonna agree with them Republicans? They're Republicans, doggone it, and we're Democrats. No. Don't say a doggone word, but anyway, we'll get on that later. Vivica Fox. I said a lot of stuff I don't agree with her about. First, a little show she does, cocktails with the queens, or queens and the cocktails, or something like that. She bashed Kevin Samuels, which, was after the man died, was terrible. Was like really inappropriate at the time, to inappropriate now. But anyway, but now she has said something that I can agree with. And that's the thing about when somebody bring information, the positive information, no, bring facts, and truths. Doesn't matter who says it. You need to pay attention to it. What they say, don't shoot the messenger. Who brought the message? Or don't check the messenger, check the message, because it don't, like I said, it doesn't matter who said it. If what they said is right and makes sense, you can follow that. That's what's wrong, I think, with a lot of religions nowadays. And I'm talking about my own people. I know how we act. Everybody want to be Christian or Southern Baptist, and they're like, no, we're not gonna follow, listen to Elijah Muhammad or Farrakhan, or someone from the Hebrew Israelite, way of life, because they're not Christian. So you talk bad about Farrakhan, but Farrakhan will tell you, hey, we read from the Bible too. Most of our a lot of their their sermons and stuff come from the Bible and the Quran, but that's because they read from the Quran is a different religion, and people say, I can't listen to him. But he'll talk about family, the importance of family, the importance of structure, the importance of, building black, buying black, building your own community. Not relying on anybody else, because other nations do the same thing. Tells you about, the true, show you about the truth about politics and race and stuff like that. You got some good, the man, brings the real. But just because he's a Muslim, people want to discredit him or denounce anything that he does. Or even if they believe that he has something to do with, Malcolm X's death, they still don't want to listen to his message when there's like no proof at all that he had anything to do with it. But my point is, like I said, Vivica Fox said something, and go ahead and get into this from the from Newsweek, and it states Vivica A. Fox blasts Nick Cannon following baby announcement. It says Nick Cannon, who is set to become a father of 10 in the next few months, has been criticized by actress Vivica A. Fox for having so many children. Fox, 58, said Cannon wasn't a good representation of a father figure in the foundation of black families. Cannon, 41, has 8 children, with a 9th and 10th seemingly on the way from 2 different mothers. You know, I'm going to tend to agree with her on this. It's not a good representation of a father. Just not a good representation of a father, because the father should be in the house with his kids. Now, people say that Nick Cannon got money. He can do all, he can afford to have children. But any person in the medical field, psychologist field, they'll tell you that kids fare better mentally and stability wise when the father's in the house actually raising them on a daily basis, interacting with them every day. And just because Nick Cannon's worth a few $100 million, you know, it doesn't negate the fact that no, he can't be there every day. This man got many businesses. He's on TV all the time. He's on the road all the time. Yeah, he may come to birthday parties and, you know, stuff, Christmases and stuff like that. But there's no way in hell you're gonna be a part of your kids' lives every day for 10 kids. But anyway, let me keep reading. The TV host, who often pokes fun at himself for having a lot of kids, bonded with Elon Musk over their large families in July. Later the same month, model Bree TC gave birth to Cannon's 8th child. Former Miss Universe contestant Brianna Bell is pregnant with his 9th child, and DJ Abby De La Rosa is reportedly having his 10th child. I don't like Kill Bill, actress Fox said during a conversation about Cannon on the talk show Cocktails with Queens. Y'all can be like, well, he got money and this and that and the third, but the foundation of black families, especially a strong father figure, is needed. This isn't a good representation of it, in my opinion. So see, she said it isn't a great representation of the foundation of the family, which is true. It's not. Like I said, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you are not a part of your kids, especially them growing up. Now, it's different once they like late, going to college, late teens. Well, no, I say going to college. So they off, doing their own thing, or they're moved out, doing their own thing, trying to, figure the world out, and this and the third, and you're not there every day. You can call them on the phone or text them or what have you. But in their younger years, in their growth and development years, they need you there. Hell, this is like, I say, it's really damn near no better than when you got your daddy going to jail. I mean, like I said, he can see him, but it's like, shit, that dude from jail can talk to him on the phone every day too. Dude from jail can write his kids letters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when do you see him? And then they can go and see their daddy for visitation. So it's just that the dad in jail is locked up, but Nick Cannon is out, can move freely, and like I said, he can pay his way. But your kids need you in the house. And let's say you have a bunch of kids now, and they all live in the same city, same neighborhood. Hell, living, so you can have a compound and they live on your compound. That's different. You see what I'm saying? Now, that could be different. You can have multiple women living, like being married and practice polygamy or what have you. Then or have a whole, whole harem of concubines, whatever. That's different. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about biblical and spiritual and having all the kids and be fruitful and multiply, that's how you do it. You don't just have one here in Texas, one in California, 2 in New York. I ain't saying that's how he got me. Just saying you don't have them just spread out. One in Sacramento, one in Oakland, one in, I don't know, Los Angeles. It's just hard to do. No matter how much money you got, man, that's just hard to do. To get, I said, to be in your kids' lives like that. The host actress Claudia Jordan agreed with Fox, describing Cannon as a great guy, but questioned whether he could really be there for all of his children. There's no way you can do it. 10 kids, dude, let me tell you, I had two, and they 7-8 years apart. Okay, when me and their mama separated, divorced, or what have you, I tried to be in their lives every day. Like, I didn't stay too far from them. I could pick them up from school every day, still do their homework, still go to all their school functions, take them doctor's appointment, everything. Nothing really changed except me not being in the house, which was devastating, but, you know, to everybody. But, you know, we learned to manage. But once I moved a little bit further away, after a while, and then by this time my oldest was either like a senior high, or older in high school, junior, senior high school, and getting ready to go to college or whatever. My youngest one was still like elementary, whatever. But I still was there every day, you know, pick up every day, second, third. But then, you know, going to school, kind of had to fall back. But when her mom moved to I'm gonna say 30-45 miles away, things had to change. You know, I couldn't see her every day. And now you can say, oh man, it's only 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Well, you gotta understand, you gotta work, trying to go to school so I can make the money, so they can have things, so I can be able to afford to get them things. They're in different schools, you know what I'm saying? Well, she, you know what I'm saying, in a different school now. Can't see her every day. You're talking like, I gotta live, you know, I got things I need to do, and it's just impossible. I ain't gonna say it's impossible, but well, for what I was needing to do and what I was doing at that time in my life, it was impossible to go there. And then you gotta think about getting off work, you know, going through rush hour, taking an hour, 2 hours, had a raggedy car. It was just doggone near impossible to see her every day. So now I went from seeing her 5, 6, 7 days a week to once a week, every other weekend. Going, you know what I'm saying, going to lunch, taking them to lunch once a week on my off day. It changed, man. It changed. And that's just with one child. My other child, like I said, by this time, man, I think she was in college by this time, but it changed. It's hard. It was hard. And that's just 2 kids. My oldest one, she stayed with me for a little while, and then went off to college, so couldn't see her, you know, every day. Call, talk, text, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, it was hard. So just imagine if they were both like around about the same age, going to different schools. If she was both of them still in grade school, it would just made it that much harder. So we talking, like I say, 30-45 minutes away without rush hour traffic on the highway. Imagine having 8 kids, 10 kids that you have to tend to, school functions, getting called into the principal's office for parent-teacher principal conference, kids in athletics. They're part of who knows, some kind of club at school, and they're expecting you to be there. And you can talk all that good talk, like, oh, you know, I'll get you the outfits you need, I get you the uniforms you need, I'll buy snacks for every game. They ain't gotta worry about. I got the practice facilities bought and paid for, but I just ain't not gonna be there. I gotta pick and choose which game. And the one game you miss, and I remember going to school, having to go to school and work at the same time. And I remember, like, my oldest daughter, she was playing softball. Watched her since she was 6. Well, actually coached her pretty much, trained her since she was 6. Backed off when I was going to school, go to all the games I could. I remember working 2 jobs and couldn't go to her games on Saturday mornings. At the time I was working 2 jobs, that's when we only had 1 kid. But anyway, she was in high school. I think she was, I want to say she was a senior, a junior or a senior, I'm not sure. But anyway, never hit a home run, right? The one game that I missed, I ain't gonna say the one, but one of the games that I missed and was going to go there, was on my way there when I got off work. Child hit a home run. You know what I'm saying? She was happy, took pictures with it, but she still got the ball, I believe. And this was how many years ago? What is she? About eight years ago. They still got the ball. But the point is, I missed it. And again, we're talking about two kids. We're talking about one child in one event. Imagine if you have 8. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and your kids know, and your kids remember that now. Like I said, I wasn't there, but it hurt me. I don't know if it hurt her because she hit a home run. But I'm like, damn, I wanted to see. I've been watching this girl play ball. I'm trying to hit a home run for freaking 10, 11 years, 12 years, and then one time I missed it. One time I'm not there, she hit it. That's all I'm saying, man. It's rough. I mean, it's rough on you. It's gonna be rough on the kids. Like I say, imagine having 8 kids, and I just missed one game. Imagine having 8 kids with so many. And the 2 oldest ones with Mariah Carey, they're probably older. And by the time the other kids get into athletics and stuff or whatever kind of school function, them kids probably, if they're not already in high school, I don't know how old they are. They probably, they be in high school, out going to college. So them 2 won't count. He'll probably have 2 or 3 more before I'm done with this video. But just imagine your 8 youngins who are all under the age of 5, or most of them under the age of 5, when they all go to school. Again, if you got them all in the same school, that's one thing. But imagine missing a whole lot of activities, school functions, issues, because there will be problems in school. There will be. There will be problems at home, and you're not going to be there enough. And then after a while, the kids they're going to feel that. I mean, it is what it is. Money and no money. They say children deserve a father figure, especially young boys. They need positive father figures, especially African American, because they black and just providing a check. I've seen so many people that in the past have dated like athletes and got child support. What if he gets hurt? Things happen. That's true. He can get hurt. He can lose his life. No money cut off. And then what? But I go back to deserving a father figure. Now, some people are going to say that they're going to put the blame on the women, and I'm going to say yes. 50-50 to blame, because in this situation, everybody knows this man got all these kids. Now one of the kids is one of the women that's pregnant now. She already got like 2 of his kids already, but all these women know this man got other children. Probably that them and another woman is pregnant at the same time. He's not going to marry them. He's not going to be there, and they don't care. From the way they portray it, I believe they do care. I believe all women do. I don't care how they act. Women are built a certain way, just like men are built a certain way. They require certain things to be sane, to strive and survive. It is what it is. I mean, that's just what that is. So I don't believe that they don't care. They just confused. When they get older, as time goes on, and their kids get older, they gonna want that dude to be in their house. And I say that'd be with anybody. They gonna want the dude, and I'm gonna say not really just that dude, per se, but more like they want him, to be right. They want a perfect relationship with the guy that they had kids with. Dude might end up being no good and no count. I mean, that's different, but still, they rather for that no good, no count dude to be in the house, and for that no count, no good dude to act right. That's just how that's how women are. It's in regards to what they try to tell you. But yeah, they're part of that. They hold 50% of the blame, because in this case, like I say, they know. Now you got people in the hood, let me just say, average, everyday, normal people. Dudes can mess around and have different baby mamas, and the baby mamas not know until they get to court and file for that child support. And they see they thinking they're gonna get a few $100s every couple of weeks, and they only get couple $100 a month. They're like, what's going on? Well, this dude got like 4 baby mamas ahead of you. You're like, what? The dudes can lie, period. But like I say, in this case, everybody know who Nick Cannon is, everybody know what kind of money he got. So yeah, I'll put, you get him 50% of the fault. But I'm not gonna sit there and say, don't nobody want to talk about the women and this and that, and The women, you know, they know better and they don't care, and this and the third. Kill that man. In this instance, Nick Cannon has the power. He has the money and the power like a lot of men have. The women do control the sex. It's up to them to give up their bodies to a guy. So it's really up to them. And yeah, you call it what you want to get upset, but it's true. It's up to the women if they want to sleep with a guy now. Because if a dude try to take it, then you know that's a crime, that's a moral and a criminal issue, and that can get you jail time. You see, so women, you are in control of your bodies. If you want them, you let them in. If you don't want them, you don't let them in. You know, that's it. But with that being said, again, like I say, from a man's standpoint, I gotta holler at Nick Cannon. The women, they should talk. They can talk about. They can tell the women, you know what I'm saying, get them straight or whatever. But me, as a man, I gotta talk about Nick Cannon. And dude, this is not, you know what I'm saying, your sons like this, like Claudia Georgia said, your sons need you in their life a lot more than the check. A lot more than the check. It says Cannon is the father of twins born in 2011 to his ex-wife Mariah Carey. So what, they 10, 11 years old now? So like I say, yeah, about another 4 or 5 years, they'll be, another 6 years, 6, 7 years, they'll be in, you know, out of high school. Like I said, so by that time, these kids will start first going to school and then really getting into like activities. And you know what I'm saying? And being an age where they know who their dad is and want to see him. It says two more children with Belle, born in 2017, 2020, and another pair of twins with De La Rosa, born in 2021. He had a son with model Alyssa Scott in June of 2021, but their baby Zen Cannon died of brain cancer after 5 months old. And that's terrible. Let's see, TC gave birth to Cannon's 8th child after an all-natural, unmedicated home birth. She shared the news on Instagram on July 25th. Cannon recently took part in the pregnancy photo shoot with Belle, to her children, and post footage. Okay, blah, blah, blah. De La Rosa is also pregnant, and although Cannon has not confirmed the news, he is believed to be the father. That would be interesting if he wasn't a dad. Anyway, it said Newsweek reached out to Cannon, and they ain't got no comment back. So yeah, bottom line is, Vivica A. Fox, yes, I do agree with you on this one. We may not see eye to eye on 99.99% of stuff you talk about and believe in, but on this here, I feel you and understand what you're saying, because yeah, this dude needs to get his stuff straight. It's like I said, it's not good for the kids, period. Like I said, if you want to put them all, you want to buy a big compound, have all the women live in houses in the compound, you know, on the compound, and you raise your kids like that so you can come home and your children come see you every day, by all means do it. By all means do it. But if there are other parts of the city and other different cities, different states, man, it's going. I'll be interested to see how this turns out in the next, let's say, 20 years. In the next 20 years, to see how his kids are doing. But anyway, tell me what you think. You think Vivica Sister Fox is off, or you think she right? You think she on point? Leave a message down below and share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you with peace, and I'll see you on the other side.